I will do Syria first, but then you can join.
We're here. Another long day. I will read something about Syria. Then I will talk in my national capacity about Gaza. On Syria, the members of this is Security Council elements to the press. The members of the Security Council were briefed on 14th of February 2018 by the Special Envoy to the Secretary General, Staffan de Mistura, about the recent developments in the political track in Syria. The members of the Security Council expressed their full support to the efforts by Mr. de Mistura and recalls its demand for the full and immediate implementation of Resolution 2254 to facilitate a Syrian-led and Syrian-owned political transition in accordance with Geneva Communiqué in order to end the conflict in Syria, and stresses again that the Syrian people will decide the future of Syria. Yes.
On that, Mr. President, it's Pamela Falk from CBS. Quickly, is there movement on the 30-day ceasefire? There seem to be negotiations ongoing. Do you expect that in the next few days or longer? And in terms of the process that de Mistura talked about, what is the Russian position on the new constitution, or what do you interpret where that's going?
On your first question, the draft resolution is still under consideration. Negotiations still going on expert level. We don't have like a time frame, but hopefully we can adopt it as soon as possible once we reach a consensus on it. On the second, I believe the Russians distributed the outcome of Sochi as an official document of Security Council, so they support. I believe it's in the Sochi statements that they support establishing a committee to draft a new constitution. Okay. On Gaza, I will speak on my national capacity. We jointly with Bolivia requested any other business on Gaza today, and we received a briefing by Mladenov, the special coordinator for the Middle East peace process from Jerusalem, من القدس. He delivered the briefing. Then we had discussions on that. But I will ask Ambassador of Bolivia to speak. Then, if you have any questions, we'll be very glad to answer.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I just want to thank the Kuwait for convening this meeting, and also because we did it jointly, Bolivia and Kuwait. We wanted to draw the attention of the Council to the catastrophic situation in Gaza. The humanitarian situation in the Gaza Strip is troublesome. We believe that the primary responsibility on the situation in this part of Palestine is responsibility of the occupying power, Israel. And we listened carefully to the report that Mr. Mladenov gave in terms of the shortage of potable water, of electricity, closing of hospitals, that doctors have stopped doing surgeries, and of course, beyond that, the rates of unemployment in Gaza. We've heard that 47%, there's a rate of 47% of unemployment. And among the youth in Gaza, it rises to 60%. Also, we highlighted the situation, that the situation in Gaza is worsened by also the situation in UNRWA. We want to underline the fact that what's happening in Gaza is a collective punishment, and the responsible for this situation is the occupying power, Israel. During the next week, we will continue raising this issue in the meetings that the Council will hold.
May I, Mr. President? I just want to thank my colleagues, the Ambassador of Kuwait, the President of the Security Council for this month, and the Ambassador of Bolivia, in which we collaborated with them when they wanted to have a discussion in the informal consultation about the dire situation of the Gaza Strip in the Security Council, and to request a briefing by Mr. Mlidinov, in which he did, and a discussion took place. We believe the catastrophic situation in the Gaza Strip, because of the immoral and illegal blockade by Israel, the occupying power, against our people in the Gaza Strip, is the main reason for why we are seeing this catastrophic situation that led a newspaper like the New York Times 2 days ago to have a front page article detailing the situation, the tragic situation of the Palestinian people in the Gaza Strip. So therefore, the Security Council, to shoulder its responsibility in this connection, is a step in the right direction. We were hoping that the Security Council, based on its resolutions and international law, that it would take some practical steps, including agreeing on a product to help to alleviate that situation, would be the appropriate thing. We will continue working with the Security Council through our letters that we are sending regularly on a weekly basis, detailing and documenting these crimes against our people. We will continue to do that. And of course, our President Mahmoud Abbas, will be speaking on the 20th in the Security Council about the entire situation of the Palestinian people in the occupied territory, including the Gaza Strip, the occupied West Bank and East Jerusalem, as well as the general situation of the Palestine question, with a view of asking the Security Council to shoulder its responsibility and to play its role of implementing its resolutions to end the occupation that started in 1967, to allow for the independence of the State of Palestine, and therefore to save the two-state solution. He would be coming with an urgent message of urgency to the Security Council, not to continue being paralyzed, but to play the role that it should play in the quest of the maintenance of international peace and security. In this connection, we are grateful to our brothers from Kuwait, and also the foreign minister, we understand, of Kuwait, who will be presiding over that meeting. And also we understand that the Secretary General of the United Nations himself will be in attendance of this meeting. And we will continue to shed light about the tragic situation of the Palestinian people in the occupied territory, and to try to bring an immediate end to it, and therefore to be a huge investment in the quest for peace. Thank you very much.
Before you leave, Ambassador Mansour, on that front, have there been any bilateral talks with the United States about the cutoff of the UNRWA funds? And what do you expect in terms of President Abbas's trip, in terms of meeting directly with the United States and putting on some peace talks?
There has been no bilateral with the U.S. administration, particularly after the 6th of December, after the new policy vis-à-vis Jerusalem. I need not to repeat what has taken place in the Security Council and the voting by 14th against 1 in the Security Council and in the General Assembly. So that is behind us, although the ramification of that decision is still unfolding in terms of its huge negative effect in opening doors for peace. For us, our President will be in the Security Council, in this extremely important body that deals with issues related to international peace and security, urging the Council to shoulder its responsibility, to implement its resolutions, and therefore to invite all who are members of the Security Council, including the P5, to act responsibly in opening doors for meaningful political process that would lead as quickly as possible to the end of occupation and saving the two-state solution. Thank you very much.